Early this morning, I was involved in a very confusing incident.
I heard a noise in the middle of the night. When I checked, I noticed I hadn't closed the fridge door properly and it was making the sound of a trumpet. The blind hitting the window made the sound of burping. I became conscious of all the troubling noises you hear at night. The microwave made the sound of Gary Rhodes.
That's it. You want that binding feeling. If you've got a bit of lemon.
I went back to bed worried. But the next night I was sure I could definitely hear a rat. So I was actually quite relieved to find it was just an intruder. But he spotted my t-shirt and went for me. He twisted my neck and smashed me in the face, and as I tried to fend him off, I suddenly caught my reflection in the mirror and noticed I was getting a little bit fat.
What happened last night has left me very upset, and I'm determined to do something about it.
Hi, Armando Iannucci. I'm booked in for the fitness induction course.
Oh, that's right. You wanted a program to lose a bit off your big fat gut and bum.
Yes.
Right, so this is the main section of the gym. All this stuff gets you working on your deltoids, your abs and your lats so you don't look like you do now. Morning, Nige. Nigel's working on his triceps, biceps, pecs and blibs.
Right. What's happening here?
Oh, she's just working on flattening out her stomach so it's not like yours all sticking out like a church. You probably want to wear a dark kit for that one.
Right, that's a bit specialist for me. I just wanted to concentrate on getting back into shape.
Oh, yeah, the nose.
No, I meant the...
Right, so this section here is mainly for your glutes and pups.
I don't think I'm ready for that. I just wanted to lose some weight.
How many times do you want to do it a week?
About 1 or 2 lunchtimes.
I've got just the machine for you. Come on. This is the one for you. Great workout for your mezzanines and your blick-blacks.
Right.
Jump on.
OK, just lie down.
Yep, relaxed.
Yep.
All right, just turn her on.
Oh, yeah.
Feeling vibrations coming through?
Yeah.
Fantastic workout for your chuddy ductors.
Good.
All right, I'll raise her a little.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Can you feel the heat coming through nicely now?
Can actually. It's very nice.
OK, well done. Now, you'll probably find you've already lost 7 or 8 pounds because you've evacuated yourself through sheer terror. You'll probably also find your front and your ribs are considerably flatter. You want me to weigh you?
No.
OK, well, let's make a move. Tends to get a bit busy around lunchtime.
I soon got quite used to being shot at a wall 3 times a week in order to look good. But it made me realise how much we judge people by their appearance. If there's something not quite right about how they look, it's amazing how quickly we're suspicious of them.
Mrs. Henderson, the doctor's ready to see you.
It takes just one thing to be wrong about their appearance for us to go off them.
Ah, Mr. Wilson Robinson. I'm Peter Stott, headmaster. Can I show you around the school?
Yeah, sure.
Follow me, please.
Everyone agrees that this part of my neighbourhood looks terrible because it's full of homeless people. So the council decided to help them by raising money for a theatrical designer to light them beautifully. So the local underpass is now smelly but pretty, and in fact quite a popular meeting place for young people, and the young at heart.
Hello, Hugh. I've just come back from the gym all confused. Did that happen to you when you weren't old?
No. So, Hugh, could you tell me what was different about life in those days?
Well, we didn't have widescreen tellies in those days, so we all had to make our own. If Die Hard with a Vengeance was on, all the neighbours would bring out their tellies and lay them side by side to make it look wide. And to make it look more like the cinema, we'd turn all the streetlights out and tube polystyrene.
Hugh's got a bloody good point about how we're obsessed with film and television and video. We don't believe something's happened unless it's been recorded.
And I'm looking for there's a football video, Yap Stam's Guide to Goals from the 90s that was subsequently disallowed.
Yeah.
Yeah?
There's so much to watch now that even the simplest facts have to be entertaining.
In a new series of Walking with Nazis.
Each Nazi could eat up to 400 kilos of meat a day.
Clearly, some of us have a big problem with reality.
Why aren't you a lemon? Why?
Baby Marcus was a nightmare. He was always crying and he wouldn't sleep. So we took him to the doctor, and the doctor said that the best thing to do was to have a relaunch. So we did. We booked a hall and we got some PR people in, and most of our friends now think Marcus is going to be a lot better.
What if we're just a giant internet which God will switch off when he decides to go back to his work? Well, this is good. This is good. This is the final instalment in the mapping of the human genome. What they've been doing is they've been breaking down human DNA into a sequence of letters, each representing human chromosomes, and then sending them to me. This is the last bit. I've been sticking them up all over the house, and now at last we can read the entire text of human life. I mean, it's pretty basic stuff. It tells us like whether we'll grow up to have blue eyes, or be allergic to flan, or frightened of nuts. I mean, it's not going to explain human nature. It's not going to tell us whether we will grow up to like jazz or be a twat, because that's got much more to do with schooling. It's not going to explain how the human spirit triumphs in adversity, like at times of war, where on Christmas Day they all put their weapons down and have a football match. Although apparently the game they had in the First World War, the hooliganism was terrible, and 20,000 spectators clashed and were killed. But nevertheless, it's thrilling anyway, because we can read how our chromosomes work, these sequence of letters here, A, G, C, A, T, A, 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 A. The next sequence, G, C, T, C, A, A, G, T, G, C, T, T, G, C, T. I'm not going to read them all out because there's 50 million letters. But one thing I did notice in the whole sequence is that it starts to break down round about here, where it goes T, A, don't piss it away, A, A, T, G. And I picked up again this sequence a little bit later on here, don't piss it away. And I've got it all around the house. We won't go in here because that's where I keep the wolf. But I wrote to the person who's in charge of the whole DNA mapping project and said, you know, what's going on? And he said, shouldn't really read too much in it. It's probably just coincidence.
Quiet, please.
How's the tornado? It's all ready to go?
Yeah, he's all set, ready to go. Okay. Whipping up a good one. He's up to speed, I reckon.
Jerry, can we go get Andy? Okay. Andy, tornado for me.
Yeah.
Okay, where's my eyeliner?
Can we do final checks?
Is that what we got for the tornado? Yeah. Andy, yeah, he's number one. He's terrific. Oh, yeah, he's good.
Do him now.
Another one. Okay, that's great. Yeah.
Andy doesn't want to come out. He's done this before. He's famous for it. Give him some attention. Tell him he's the best tornado we've ever seen, and he'll play ball with it.
I need this tornado. I need this. I gotta work off of this.
I think you're gonna have to watch out.
All right, okay.
All right?
Listen, are you coming out here to make the movie here?
Not with this script. It's the same old crap. Tornado comes into town, blows houses and cars up in the air. Big deal.
Why are you being an insensitive piece of shit?
Fuck you! I'm not insensitive.
We're name calling.
I'm not doing another generic tornado.
I can rewrite this as a tidal wave and you're out.
Mark.
Is he coming out?
No.
Oh, Christ. Why don't we send Jeff in?
Jeff, go ahead. If you want to go.
All right? Just give me 5.
We'll see. Watch this.
Now listen, I'm an actor, you're an actor. Why don't we go out and make a movie? Come on.
Who sent you in here?
When he sent me, I'm the leading man.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you're the leading man? Whose name is above the title in this movie?
You're the tornado.
Whose
I'm the
name
leading
is
man
the
in this
title?
picture. Because you're the storm, that's all you are.
Your mascara's running
Let me
to
tell
you.
you
Take
something,
it easy.
pal. Tornado 2, you suck in that
we have
picture.
take
You know
two.
that?
Listen, I wish you were this good in the dailies, which I've seen, by the way.
Screw him. You gonna wait talk to me out there? Did you hear what he said to me?
Oh, Christ.
He's got a bigger trailer than I do. What's in his contract?
He's coming out of his trailer.
That's it. What? All through, all done, adios. I'm an actor, and you're tying me up here.
Sorry. Let him go. I hope they don't get him a driver. Don't get him a driver. I got an idea.
We don't need this guy. We don't.
That's right.
We can
That's
shoot
right.
it without it.
That's right.
We can shoot it without it. Give me 6 actors.
We got 1 or 2 takes on this, right? Life and death.
Good,
Okay, I want to
good.
see the fear in the eyes. Okay.
Okay,
let's
so
go.
we'll give it a
Jerry.
minute. Clock it, yeah?
Yep. Action, tornado!
Oh.
Cue wind!
Quick, get in the car. Quick!
Louder, over the window! Fear! Fear, lots of fear! Life and death!
Stop! Oh, no!
Come on, Mary Beth! Come on, Mary!
No! I
couldn't be that poor one.
Beautiful! I love digital telly because it means that no matter where you live in Britain, you can get all the channels. So never again will I have to hear that phrase that battered my childhood. And that phrase is, that's except for viewers in Scotland who've got their own programmes.
Every night I have a terrible, dreadful dream about that phrase. And in that dream I die and go to heaven. And in heaven I meet St. Peter, and he says to me, "Welcome to heaven. It's a multi-channel paradise showing every programme ever made, including all the ones you didn't see in Scotland. Come in." And St. Peter points to a Clive James end of the year show, which viewers in Scotland didn't get because they were watching a Hogmanay special. And over there, he says, is the very first terrestrial showing of Terminator 2, which viewers in Scotland missed because they were watching a failed Dougie Donnelly chat show. Up there is the first ever live interview with an alien, which viewers in Scotland never got to see because they were watching a Paul Coyer quiz show about hills. And down there is that programme that showed you how to turn base metals into gold and gave you the secret of eternal youth, which viewers in Scotland never saw because you were watching a 6-part cartoon series about Gaelic accidents. This, says St. Peter, is where the dead can watch the telly. And then he turns to me and says, "That's except for the dead of Scotland who have their own heaven." And he shows me Scottish heaven. And Scottish heaven consists of a bald man who tells me what a great country Scotland is because it invented golf, it discovered penicillin, and it has the songs of Runrig. And outside everyone was watching some newly recorded Blackadder and guilt-free porn. So I just lost it. And St. Peter grows angry and casts me out of Scottish heaven and down into Scottish hell. And Scottish hell consists of a portrait of Ally MacLeod, a frightening tartan drummer girl, and a giant computer scoreboard flashing up what Scotland's goal difference is and why it means we'll go out after the first round. And to one side is a man behind a desk, and that man says to me, "Armando Iannucci, you've elected to go for Paul Coyer's Hill Challenge. This for 10 bonus points. Which Scottish hill has the most sides?" A question I know I can never answer, so I'm condemned to watching a 1,000-part documentary about the life of John Logie Baird, a Scotsman who invented television, but didn't realise we wouldn't be allowed to watch the ruddy thing.
I've just had a rather liberating experience using the internet's online banking facilities.
One night I logged onto my bank's website to see how much money I owned, when I suddenly became involved in a hold-up. It was an online bank robbery. At first I quickly tried logging onto the police's website to tell them, but I was immediately spotted and beaten up. Once the raid was over, I carried on looking at my account details, but it struck me that I found being beaten up online more frightening than the mugging I'd received the previous night from my intruder. It seems the only things that make an impression are artificial things. For example, Madame Tussauds have just opened an exhibition of reconstructions of the world's most famous dummies, using live actors trained to act as dummy-like as possible. The exhibition is proof we've reached the stage where there are more reconstructions in the world than things that have actually happened.
And yet we fail to appreciate some of the really incredible things there are already in the world around us, like cups. Aren't they great? I bet you if man ever managed to reach a black hole in space, the only thing he'd write in the visitor's book is, "It's a bit dark."
Look, Sammy, it's the Winter Olympics.
Sammy's developed a syndrome which means that he's literally being bored to death.
It's a new shaped tea bag.
It doesn't interest me.
But look, you can pull the strings. A book about Ronnie and Reggie Cray.
I'm bored of bastards.
They're starting a new round of Champions League football matches.
Christ.
2 tickets to see a one-man show with Timothy Dalton.
If he ever has the same experience twice, all his internal organs will hemorrhage simultaneously.
They found some unreleased songs by John Lennon.
Oh, shite.
Oh no, his eyes are bleeding again. I can just put that there. Look, and that's different. Every day, I find it more and more difficult to find something that will stimulate Sammy's imagination and stop him dying.
I don't like 6 o'clock.
You don't like... Well, look, if I put it on its side, look, it's 3:15.
That's better. But, she'd finish this apple. And this one, though, she's never been in the middle.
OK, well, why don't we put her in the middle for a change?
Yes.
Look, that looks completely different now. Sammy?
It's better.
Yeah?
I like that.
Good. Would you like to come and see the new Steve Martin film? We don't have to go.
We're desperately trying to invent as many completely new experiences as we can. Sammy, we reformed E17 for you with Alan Shearer instead of Brian Harvey.
Oh, God!
I'm not feeling well. I've been on this route before.
But we've paid for everyone on the route to make it look like the war in Vietnam.
How are we going to get home?
I don't know. I don't know.
But it's just another war.
I don't know, Sammy. Look, Sammy, it's a documentary about the International Space Station.
In those days, we all got called up to edit Independent on Sunday. You couldn't get out of it. So I turned up on the Monday, and by Wednesday morning, I thought, what's the point? I ran away. I thought if they caught me, I'd be shot. But they just got somebody else in.
What if we're just complicated hand puppets, manipulated by tiny men with their arms up us?
I don't know if I told you, but I used to cut the hair of a man who was in the Bootleg Beatles.
Oh, the Beatles tribute band?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right, that's the one. Yeah, he was to look like John Lennon.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and I heard that the other day he actually got shot by the lookalike Mark Chapman.
Oh, no.
Yeah, of course, the saddest one of them all, though, was the lookalike Pete Best. He was very bitter, you know, he was very jealous towards the lookalike Ringo Starr. You know, the lookalike Ringo Starr, he was actually quite happy because he used to do all the voiceovers for the bootleg Thomas the Tank Engine. You know?
Right.
So he was quids in, really.
Hearing what my barber has to say, I realise it's now impossible to tell what's real anymore.
But I feel sorry all the same, you know, a little bit for Ringo Starr, don't you?
The real one?
The real one, yeah, and the bootleg one, all of them really, because it's sort of like, it's like the fourth not very good Beatle, you know what I mean? It's a little bit like the Marx Brothers, you know, they're the fourth not very good Marx brother. What was it, they had Chico, Harpo, Groucho and Ringo.
I'm reading a book at the moment that has completely changed my life. It's called Eric von Daniken's Hidden Holy Bible Code from Space. And it unlocks all the secret Bible revelations that have lain hidden for millennia. The one that's done it for me is this thing here about the phrase Jesus uses in the New Testament, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." Now, apparently the word meek is actually a mistranslation from the ancient Aramaic. It should translate as giant radioactive cockroach. So what Jesus actually said was, "Blessed are the giant radioactive cockroaches, for they shall inherit the earth."
Hiya.
Hello. Thanks.
Listen, I've got an Ike and Tina Turner-gram for the bloke next door.
Right.
But he isn't in yet.
Right.
And I was wondering if you could look after him till he comes back.
Right, an Ike and Tina Turner gram.
Ike and Tina Turner, yes.
Right. Okay, fine, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, bring it in.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hiya, come in.
Hiya, thanks.
Come in.
Hello.
All right, sit out the rain. All right. Do you want a cup of tea or something, or?
No, we're fine, thanks. Yeah, we don't want to be any trouble.
So you do Ike and Tina Turner?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do? You sing all the songs? You sing all?
Yeah.
River Deep Mountain High.
River Deep Mountain High, Nut Push, City
City.
Limits, The Lot.
Great.
The Lot, yeah.
Great. Good. When did you get into that? Why did you decide to do it?
I think just because everybody said we looked too much like them, you know.
So it was obvious, really.
It was the thing to do. Yeah.
Good.
I'm just measuring up all the house.
Please,
So
yeah.
I'll
Thank you.
just leave you to it,
Carry
okay?
on, yeah. I'm leaving you, Ike.
As Ike and Tina practiced recreating domestic violence from the 60s, I realised we all want to live in a big lie. Maybe because we wouldn't cope if we heard the truth all the time.
The 1720 direct to London Marylebone. So why don't you go and take it? Go and take the train with all the other robots. Yeah, you. You think you're so cultured because you've been to see Cats, you pampered upper-class drug-taking bitch.
You're going to pick up the disabled group later?
Yeah, I'm taking them over to the coffee shop for a lunch. Here, Bobby.
I don't know how you do it.
Martin and Marie are the happiest couple in my neighbourhood. If anyone can cope with seeing their true inner selves, it's them.
You going to be around for supper later?
Oh, no. I'll be seeing Jeff again.
Oh, listening to more of his problems.
Oh, but got a letter from the TV company. They want to go ahead and do that documentary that they were talking about married couples. Film us.
Right then. Oh, better be on my best behaviour.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to get recognised in the street.
Here's your autograph. Oh,
Bring a record out, probably.
oh, look. What am I? I'm a big kangaroo.
I think you're a fat, ugly cow.
What?
What are you doing?
I didn't think they'd use that. Make you look stupid, don't they?
Yeah.
Martin and Marie showed typical dysfunctional behaviour.
Just behave and calm down. Just piss
Me, come, you piss off! Bobby, come here, come here. Come to Mummy. Come to Mummy.
Oh, it's just because you're having a fight. They've just picked on that.
Yeah, they're just being really selective about what they show.
Yeah. I'm going to Rob for more lager.
Get me some more.
By now, Martin has lost control.
Pray for lager.
They've taken this out of context completely.
Lager!
Who's is that crucifix? A beer can?
I made it ages ago. We were just clowning around, weren't we?
Oh, shut up, Bobby.
Stop! Bloody barking!
Oh, give us a hand then.
No!
Oh.
They're just making us look rather ridiculous, you know, by just picking certain moments up.
I've just injected Tremazis in my leg, and the veins have gone all solid.
Next week, Marie and Martin are caught trapping squirrels to make hats in A Family of Nutters.
We're good at television. We're so good at television. You're good at television. You're good at television. I'm good at television.
It's lovely pasta, thank you.
Great.
You busy? Being Ike and Tina?
No.
Very busy.
There he is. There he is. Quick, go. There he goes. Just go in. Have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy it. All right.
Hey, do you want me to do the washing up?
No. Just get out the house into his house. Bye.
Let's go, yeah.
Come in.
Right. Waka, 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 waka.
Church house, gym house, schoolhouse, outhouse, on highway number 90. But only now my love has grown.